Oh, we know how you like it. Raw and Uncut with DJ Baker.
Go out there, man. Do your thing. All right, go get it.
Excuse me? Ooh. So he got these yesterday, right? Yeah, we got these the Canicure. Listen, shout out to my favorite dispensary on the planet, right? Housing Works. I know. They're getting a new store. Maybe we'll find a way. That's good. That is a biscotti. It's biscotti. Hey, really good taste. Okay, let's get into it. Enough. So let's talk about Arqueezy. Let's start off with that, okay? And then we'll get to the monsters. All right, let's go. Bring it up. Let's go. The video. Now, this is video that I took, okay? This is my own personal video that I took of Arqueezy and DZ basically talking about each other on two different platforms at the same time. He's looking on his page. You can see him looking down. He's looking at his Twitter, and Arqueezy is here. I don't know if he's drunk yet. He looks a little drunk. It looks like he's been started. This looks sometime in the afternoon, evening, right? It's looking like sunset. He's in the car already. Some people say that's where he's been staying. That's where DZ said he'd be staying. Yeah, He said that's where he stays, and then that's the problem that that he'll come out. See, it got light here, so this was the evening. So the early evening, and then it got dark. But congratulations to DZ on this. As he says, listen, I'm kind of over the fighting. I'm kind of over the fussing. I like having fun with him, but then once the drinking and the feelings come involved, then he's like, I gotta check out. He starts to make a scene. I gotta check out. And to me, while everyone can say what they want about DZ, right? And there's plenty of things to say. Everyone says all these things. But when I look at his actions, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying anyone's perfect. I don't think DZ's perfect. I don't think Arqueezy is perfect. I don't think he's all bad either. You know what I'm saying? The man definitely wears his emotions on his sleeve, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong that maybe he may not know how to love. He may not know how to convey properly how he feels about somebody. He's not the only one. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know. I don't know if I could just simply say that, yeah, keep playing this on the loop, please. Can you play it on the loop? Thank you. But, what's evident is, one, these two did love each other. And I still think they do love each other. They clearly, regardless of the social media, are being together. I didn't know that these two have been together, even when they were separated, supposedly, in the media. When this goes back to August, when Arqueezy got banned from BIGO. Finally, they just had enough. You know what I'm saying? Gosh, how do you get banned off BIGO and all the things that are going on there? Oh Lord. So he moved over to TikTok. It wasn't successful over in TikTok. He's been struggling. And I think a lot of this has to do with that struggle. We know that he's not in an apartment because he would show you he's in an apartment. He boasts and he brags. So it's very difficult to be a boaster and a bragger and then be humble in the other end by the situation that you're in, that you sort of put yourself in. I don't know if this is completely DZ's fault why he got kicked out of the apartment, or, all these bad things have happened to him. I think they both have participation in it. I think that DZ has bounced back a lot better than Arqueezy. You know what I mean? DZ says that he comes by the house every night. He wants to, snuggle and things, and they be still having sex. He says that he doesn't know how to clean his behind. Can we talk about this for a second, please? That's what DZ said, and I kind of believe him. Let me tell you why I believe him. Let me tell you why I believe. This is why I said we need to have an honest conversation. A lot of guys. Let's face it. A lot of guys who are tops, and straight men too, not always the best at cleaning your ass. You know what I mean? We only do a couple of wipes and then we keep it moving. But you got to learn, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing more embarrassing that even as a top, you don't want no stinky ass. You know what I mean? You think it's the bottom stinking. It's actually you. That you smell you, boo. You smell you. Even if you get a wash rag back there, just clean up. You know what I mean? I to the point where I used to just use a wash rag. I mean, I could go without toilet paper. I got a washing machine. Wash the rag and put the rag away. You know what I'm saying? But then at least it's clean. And then you're taking showers, right? You know what I'm saying? But maybe he's not taking showers. I mean, he's living in his damn car. So when's the time he's got to take a shower? Is when he goes over to DZ's house. But my question is, he ain't got no money from the... Well, things are tight around, the escorting situations. You know what I mean? But he's still saying he's got this and he's got that, and that's bothering DZ. DZ's tired of the boasting and stuff, you know what I mean? And he talks about how, when you love somebody, you don't keep tallies. That means that he keeps bringing it up over and over again. Well, you did this, you did this, you did that, you did this. And that happens a lot. That's regular relationships, right? Tit for tat. I mean, it's not a good thing, you know what I mean? But most couples do it. We do it a lot. And it's one of the things that, I have to say that, I got to catch myself too. So this is why I say, I'm putting myself in it too, in the sense of, you know what I'm saying? My criticisms of Arqueezy. I do think that Arqueezy loves DZ. I just don't think he understands how to convey that. You understand what I'm saying? There's so much other stuff in there. And I'm sure even with DZ. DZ's like, there's certain things I'm just not going to put up with. I'm over it. You know what I mean? That's the thing with young people. If you don't give the effort, if you don't show... You know what I'm saying? When you get a younger man, us older men, if you don't show that you're interested in trying, give it an effort, even, I'm just saying, if something, even if you can't meet up to the expectation, it's the idea that if you're trying and not using it against them. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? And so it's the maturity level of this relationship that's changing. And DC's the one that's maturing, while we don't know if Arqueezy has been able to mature yet. I mean, here he is crying in his car. I mean, that crying, but you can tell he's very close to it. You know what I'm saying? Look, he had an emotional moment after he turned the phone off. You know what I mean? And that DZ says that he calls him crying a lot of times after they've had a fight. Then he calls him crying. And he doesn't want to be bothered with that. I don't blame him. Who wants to be babysitting a grown-ass man? You know what I mean? Come on now. I got my own problems going on in my life. I don't need to be babysitting you. If there's one thing that you need to be certain of, if you're going to be one of these, older men, supposedly, us middle-aged 35 to 40-year-olds, trying to get ourselves, you know what I'm saying? You just had, for me, it just happened. I wasn't looking for it. I wasn't going, I need me a youngin'. No, it just so happened that that's what happened. But you got to give some effort. You got to put in the time. You can't think just because you're older that somehow they're the ones that are being immature, when it's really you that's being immature because you won't grow with them. You feel like you're already at this level of wisdom, which you are. I mean, you have learned some things, but you also got to see things from another person's perspective. And when you're dealing with someone younger, you've got to see it from a younger perspective too. How do they see it? And I think you need to come to a conclude something in the middle. Will these two break up? I don't think so. I mean, it sounds like DZ's over it, but he still kind of loves him. So if Arqueezy does, bend the knee and say, you know what, I'm going to get my act together, man. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to find me an apartment. We're going to try to do this right. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going to do my social media. I'm still going to be my porn starring. I'm still going to do my drinking, but I'm going to do it more responsible. I'm going to do it with the mindfulness that I need to know when to stop. I need to know when to chill out. I need to know when to present this crazy guy and when not to present this crazy guy, because that's what's driving DZ away, is the craziness in public. Hey, here I am bowling with you, and then you're acting like a damn fool. Well, I'm not staying. I'm leaving. Because this is how it is. And then you get kicked out. Now I'm with you, and then it gets embarrassing for him. And I can understand that. No one wants to be around a grown man that you got to babysit. So we'll see what happens with this. But this is the full update, where they're at today. He went on a big old rant on Twitter. Again, immaturity, which we don't have because he erased it all. Listen, I saw it for myself. That's what he was responding to, DZ. But listen, this was the video that I took. You've been watching that the whole time, of these two in two different spaces at the same time talking about each other. And to me, can I end this by saying, this is probably some of the most riveting television that I've seen on time. I'm just saying. The problem what's going on with TV is that the internet is so much more interesting. Listen, let's get to some more music, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about our what's this fool, Graylin, and I have a big Marco up. Was it a Shamalvo update? Shamalvo. Yeah. We coined it. That's the way it goes.
Showing love to the LGBTQ. It's Raw and Uncut with DJ Baker.
That's my man. Let's go.